And now he reverts again to that division that has haunted this country since its origins: race, racism, and the lingering cause of white supremacy. Yes, white supremacy.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression, and this week the media went into meltdown mode. It is time to duck and cover. On CNN, the republic is crumbling. It is a crisis.
A crisis that threatens our foundation. A crisis that threatens the values we all hold dear. A crisis created to blind us to the truth. Indeed, to destroy the very existence of a shared truth in this country. The President of the United States is lying.
And lying directly to you is generally the express right of the liberal media. So what is this horrible lie that Don Lemon will save us all from?
What we've seen and heard from the President in the past 5 days may be the biggest lie of all. Repeatedly, and with no facts to back him up, making the outrageous claim that the so-called deep state spied on his campaign.
Oh man, where could the president have gotten such an idea? It couldn't be the extensive New York Times report on the secret origins of the FBI's Trump investigation, which included 43 different paragraphs mentioning that there was at least one government informant meeting with Trump campaign officials. But now a government informant getting information for the FBI is not a spy.
There was not someone who was embedded in the campaign.
People have been telling you that, have been saying that on this network for as long as they have been making this claim, and that there is no proof of it.
So-called spy issue. Right, and this so-called spy issue, first of all, there's absolutely no evidence there was a spy.
Of course, there's also no credible evidence of Russian collusion, but the liberal media can't let that go.
Potential collusion is not collusion. That's proving my point. There is no collusion. There's been no evidence.
There are no conclusions of collusion because the investigation's not over, but there's plenty of proof of it. I see proof as potential.
All right, the other liberal media meltdown this week occurred after the NFL announced a new policy that players on the field will stand for the national anthem. Those that don't want to stand, well, they can stay off the field in the locker room until the anthem is over. Team owners voted for this rule, but on MSNBC, it's all about blaming Trump and playing that race card because this will bring about the end of democracy.
And now he reverts again to that division that has haunted this country since its origins: race, racism, and the lingering cause of white supremacy. Yes, white supremacy. Telling the football players we watch on Sunday to behave as they are told is something we expect of an apartheid regime, not a democratic one.
It's funny how the wacky liberal media feels to be particular about the word spy because the president used it. Interesting definition there, don't you think? But apartheid, well, you know, that word can be applied to a group of different races playing a game because that has absolutely nothing to do with what it actually means at all. But don't call this media bias, because if you don't agree with the towering intellects that populate the liberal media, you just can't handle the truth.
If you're thinking, oh, it's just one note, Morning Joe, it's just one. Yeah, guess what? A fire department has one focus when there's like a 4-alarm fire. All right? So if you don't want to hear the truth, you can change the channel.
Yeah, lock on logic and truth, Joe. You got it.
What's Trump doing, Gene Robinson? Trump says he's going to win by giving speeches and going on Twitter. You can't, you literally can't win that way. It would be like an Olympic athlete saying, I am going to play Xbox. To train for the Olympics. You know they're not going to win.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everyone. Please take the time to remember those that served this country with their lives. And we'll see you again next week with more liberal media wackiness. Until then, I'm Eric Shiner for MRC-TV, and I'm going to go play some Xbox, I think.
It's just one note, Morning Joe, it's just one. Yeah.